Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Welcome back. Check this out. We have our solar hooked up. I am super excited about this. It's been a long time coming. It's been a lot of oil changes with the generator, horrible mechanical problems leading up to this moment. This is the feeling of independence right here. This is our charge controller. This right here, PV, is photovoltaic voltage incoming to our system. This is the current wattage that it's charging at. It's really early in the morning here. It's maybe 8:45 or something. The sun's barely peeking up. It's already charging at almost 250 watts. Earlier this morning when I checked it, when the sun wasn't even up but I could see, it was charging at 75 watts. This is amazing to me. I've never really been around solar power. So the fact that yesterday and after high sun, like way in the evening, it was charging at like 750 watts. Our battery bank of 12 batteries, hooked at 24 volts with just our 1500 watt inverter, is able to keep us completely sustained inside. We've been using the house normally. Our fridge has been running 24/7. We've been watching movies, used the oven, which uses an electric glow plug to start even though it's propane. Pretty much just going about our normal business, and we have not been able to draw the battery bank down at all. We got something called a kilowatt, which is like a little plug that you plug into the wall, or like in between a plug like this, and it tells you how much power you're using. And inside, the maximum we ever drew was like 800 watts. We don't even have any high draw appliances or anything. So I'm sure if we threw a microwave or a hairdryer on it, kill this inverter and immediately draw the batteries down. But with our phones charging, with the TV on, with a movie playing, the fridge on, the lights on, things like that, my wife's laptop plugged in, all that didn't draw this down. All afternoon we were testing it, and the 750 watt input was more than we were drawing. So that's incredible. If this keeps up, we will be able to stay maintained on completely solar power. Our batteries lasted 30 hours before we drew them down to an uncomfortable level for us to want to charge them. And that was with no input at all. So the fact that it will never, hopefully, go more than 24 hours without sunlight here, we should be good to go. Look at that. Just now it's even, we've been talking, it's charging a little more. There's clouds coming in and out, so it varies. I just saw it peak at 350 a second ago. But by the time I got the camera here, it was at 315. So it looks like it's going to go from 75 watts in the early morning to hopefully 1,000 watts, because those are the panels we have. Exciting. I highly recommend spending the time and effort to install solar power. We have real power inside, 110 volts, can plug stuff in. And all it took was buying a bunch of batteries, making a bunch of cables, getting solar panels, making a holder for it, wiring those up, running the wire to controller, and then running a wire from the controller, back to the batteries, and then drawing from the batteries to our inverter and plugging the house in. In the future, I'm going to not have a plug, obviously, and this inverter will likely change to a more residential style inverter, where I can actually have a larger plug into it, conduit down over towards the cabin, which would be over here, and up into the house to the main box. And then we will have actual solar power powered by a battery bank, house power for 100% free energy. And I do say free because, this stuff's going to pay for itself in the first year for us. We did all the install ourselves. We bought all the stuff ourselves. Easily pay for it. Oh, look at that, dropping drastically, and I see there's clouds outside of it. Let's check. Yep. Okay, so even with that massive cloud cover, not massive, but cloud cover, it's still generating 150 watts, which is more than the house is drawing currently in its idle state. This is awesome. That's all I got for this morning, everyone. Have a good morning. Okay, so I lied. There's one more thing I wanted to show, and that is where the solar panels are in relation to the sun and basically how much sun's hitting them at this hour. So it's 9:05 or something like that. The sun's hitting it really shallow from here, and not one panel is even fully illuminated yet, and we're getting above 300 watts. That's about a third of the panels, the whole array's efficiency. Now the sun is right there. So it's done about a third or so of its rising. We have maybe about, it's 9 something, so 3-4 hours until the sun's in its highest position. I'd have to check a chart, to be honest with you. But here we are. So I'm going to estimate that we're probably going to get at least 3 hours of 1000 watt or full efficiency charging from this array. That's going to be awesome. Can't wait to see how it works out. I figured I'd come check the wattage to see what it is. Over 500 watts already. So that's incredible. 9 o'clock, 500 watts, 50% of the entire array's output in winter. This is going to be a max output system for sure. It looks like it's placed adequately.